So England facing Austria in a friendly on the south of Spain. Goalkeeper spilt it, and Russo there to mop it up. And England double their advantage. Kurt Berger to make it 2-1. Mead with time to pick the corner out. Russo in again, and that is the fourth for England. And flicked on 5-1. And a goal back for Austria. James forcing her way through. Oh, it's off the post. And England strike back straight away. Rachel Daly. England see off Austria with 7.
Well, it was a very satisfying night in Spain for Sarina Wiegman as a much-changed England side saw off Austria 7-2. Tonight, the England manager has another chance to experiment with her starting 11 as she makes 5 further changes. Well, Italy are their opponents, who, after a disappointing World Cup, have a new manager, Andrea Soncin, who took over in September of last year. He oversaw them finishing second in the Nations League behind Spain, and they also beat the world champions in December. They'll be keen to claim another big scalp tonight. Well, it's a pleasure to have your company and a very good afternoon to you all. I'm delighted to be joined by our 2 Lioness legends, Karen Carney and Eni Aluko. Look, Eni, we mentioned just then and we saw the footage of that 7-2 victory. How good was it to see so many new faces in the starting 11?
Brilliant. And we've been asking for it for a long time. We've been banging on about it. Sarina evolved the squad, changed the team, bring new faces in, and that's exactly what she did on Friday. Brilliant result, lots of goal scorers as well. I was happy to see 5 different goal scorers on the score sheet, which really sort of alludes back to what England were in that Euro year when we won. Brilliant to see players like Lottie Ruben-Moy come on. She's had to be patient, hasn't she? She's had to really be patient to get a chance. Players like Grace Clinton, who we'll talk about, scores. New faces, Maya Le Tissier. It's really, really important that Sarina now has the opportunity and the time to evolve the team in the next 18 months, ready for the Euro 2025.
And Eni mentions Grace Clinton, who stole the show, within 19 minutes, scored on her debut, and she keeps her place tonight.
Yeah, she does. She deserves it. Like we all said, it was good to see her come in and get game day experience, especially at this level, but really, really impressive performance. These are positive clips. I like the bravery to get on the ball. Nice cheeky turn there, driving and try to pull her away, and she gets away from it. Good strength, that's what you want to see. And here, getting into the boxes with a shot, just come off the post, unlucky with that left-footed opportunity. Again, keeper's rooted. And this was a goal I like this, attacking midfielders, getting herself into the box, getting on the end of it, and that's where she got her goal, which was outstanding. Goal on the debut. You can't ask for anything more. What I would say is, which is why I really, really like Sarina playing the youngsters in these type of games, it's for these moments, because you will make mistakes, and what I want is for our youngsters to learn to say, okay, I can't maybe do that in this game, and England in this game will get away with it against Austria, maybe against Italy, but the levels that we want our young players to get to is for 2025. You can't do that against Spain. So that's why we're calling for a long time to get the youngsters in, to get experience, because you have to fail, you have to learn and adapt. So I'm pleased that she stayed in the team. She did really, really well. And she gets her opportunity again tonight, which is brilliant.
Yeah, and I guess that's the benefit, isn't it, of having those back-to-back games, because it gives you an opportunity to learn, I guess, and to build on your experience from the previous. OK, so there's a reason we have these 2 in the studio. They are our Lioness legends. And Karen Carney, do you remember your England debut? All the way back in 2005.
All the way back.
All the way back.
Oh, wow, you've even provided a clip. Oh, my God, how did I miss that first chance?
Assisting, by the way.
Exactly.
And that one assisting.
I pointed to you, look at the look, look at the look.
There you go.
I mean, at least I know about hair straighteners now, thankfully. But it was against Italy.
It was against Italy.
On my debut.
I'm surprised it's not in black and white. I thought it was like ages ago.
I did ask them that.
Anyway.
And we were talking about this before we went on air. Did you even remember that you assisted that goal?
I don't actually, but it's nice to see.
Nice to see.
We always had a good connection.
Exactly.
It's now
Some
brought
great
into
memories for
broadcasting,
both
so all
of you.
good.
Okay, well, we've been talking so much at length about Sarina Wiegman and her team, so let's take you to her team selection today. So as I said at the top, another 5 changes from that victory over Austria. So Grace Clinton, she keeps her place in the starting 11, so that's the big news after that impressive debut. But as for the changes, well, Lotte Wubben-Moore steps into the heart of defence alongside Alex Greenwood. You've got Lucy Bronze, she's back at right back. It's back to Mary Earps in goal, and then Kira Walsh and Chloe Kelly are also back in the starting lineup. So let's now hear Sarina's thoughts on this selection. She's speaking to Katie Shanahan.
Sarina, let's start with team news. Lotte Wubben-Moore makes her first start for England in over a year. What's the thinking behind that?
Well, first of all, that she's doing really good at Arsenal. She's done really well with us too. And as I said before this camp, we have 2 games. We want to see many players, so this is her start.
Back-to-back starts for Grace Clinton. What's impressed you most about her?
She just went to go out there and played with a lot of freedom, showed quality, I think. Since the moment she came in camp, she was actually battling 4 minutes. And I think she did well on Friday, and we want to see it today again.
A special night for Kira Walsh, who captains the side. What are your reasons for that?
Yeah, Kira has showed leadership on pitch and off pitch, and I think over the years that I've been working with her, she's grown a lot in that. And as you've seen, we swapped around a little bit with the captain's band this week, and so it was good for her to wear the armband today.
Rachel Daly and Lauren James won't have started either of those games. What's the thinking behind that? Any concerns, or is it managing workload?
No, it's competition. It's getting ready for April. It's seeing a lot of things and then making up your mind who's going to start and who you can also bring off the bench. Yeah, and then, of course, when you get all these things on the table, then you make decisions, and then we start with this team today.
And Italy, their aggressive, intense side. How big a challenge is this going to be, especially as they beat the world champion Spain?
Yes, they did. They've impressed us. They have improved their game, I think. They're very front-footed, very aggressive. They really want to press very high. And, of course, they want to play too when they have the ball and go forward and are pretty direct when they're up front. So we know what we can expect. And what we're going to try is keep the ball very long and get out of that press and get in their final third.
Thank you, Sarina. Enjoy the game. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, they definitely do know what to expect, because I think they've played Italy more than they've played any other side in history. But let's talk about that one big change, which is Lotte Wubben-Moore. I know I've heard Ian Wright countless times on this programme saying how much he wanted to see her start. How happy are you to see her in the starting lineup?
I mean, it's great when players are playing well in the WSL. You know, she's been brilliant. I think Arsenal's best player, I think, really, this season. So for her to get an opportunity, she's had difficult moments in her journey. Last season at times was tough, but what I like about her is she responds mentally very tough. And I think she has an opportunity tonight, like I said, which she deserved. I thought Esme Morgan was excellent the other night. I thought she was very, very good, but I think Lotte definitely deserves her opportunity, and she's got to go and grasp it today.
Yeah, I think it's so important for Lotte in that centre-back position to continuously get as much exposure and experience, because I always feel with England, they're one injury away, and we've seen it, whether it's Millie Bright, whether it's Leah, they're one injury away from crisis. And so it's so important for the likes of Esme Morgan and Lotte to get those opportunities against, you know, good sides in those positions. So when they need to step in, they're not sort of deer in headlights. You know, they've had that experience. I think it's really important, specifically for that centre-back position.
And that's actually the same for the goalkeeping department as well. I guess it's so important to have a good number of goalkeepers at their disposal, and that's what Sarina Wiegman has. She really does. We're really lucky in that department. Of course, Mary Earps steps in today, but Hannah Hampton earned her 3rd England cap against Austria. What did you make of her performance?
I thought she was, she's a modern-day goalkeeper. I mentioned I've seen her play and train for Chelsea in the outfield position because she's that good with her feet, and that's why I think Emma Hayes would have signed, and I think that's what Sarina Wiegman sees in her. She has the ability to do this. When teams press you, she can go long, and I thought Russo was brilliant at holding the ball up and linking people in. But this is a modern-day player. It's not 10 players plus a goalkeeper. It's 11 players that can all play outfield, that are all comfortable in possession. And that's what she wants and that's what she brings.
I would actually argue that Hannah Hampton is as good as Mary with her feet, you know, to Kaz's point. I'm a little bit disappointed actually not to see her start today, Hannah Hampton, because that's the point, isn't it? You know, again, you know, we know what Mary Earps can do. Give Hannah Hampton that second run at another game. So a bit surprised to see Mary Earps start ahead of her tonight.
Same for you?
I would have liked to have seen... Look, Mary Earps is the best goalkeeper in the world for me at the moment and has backed that up continually. I would have liked to see Chiara Keating play. I looked at her stats after 13 games in the WSL. She's top out of all the WSL goalkeepers. She's got a percentage rate of 80%. And she's
What
in
a
a team...
season she's having for City.
Yeah, City are top of the table in the WSL, and I'm thinking reward your players that are playing well. So I would have liked to see Chiara in because I think City are top of the table or joint with Chelsea because of the goalkeeper. So if you've given Hannah a start, Hannah Hampton, I would have thought, we know what Mary Earps can do. Give Chiara a chance. So I'm a little bit disappointed with that, to be honest.
Well, hopefully she will get her chance at some point soon. Look, it's time for a break, after which we turn our attention to Italy and we'll bring you their team news. We'll also hear from the camp, so don't go anywhere. We're back in just a moment.
Robinson looking for Daly again. She is lethal in front of goal. Let's say a tricky. Did that cross the line? Oh, the goal is given. James sends it in towards Daly again. Oh, at the double for Rachel Daly.
The last time that England met Italy was in the Arnold Clark Cup, and that was last year. The Lionesses ran out 2-1 winners, Rachel Daly scoring both of the goals in Coventry. Now, Milena Bertolini was the Italian manager then, but after a disappointing World Cup, she resigned and was replaced by Andrea Soncin in September 2023. And after a successful Nations League campaign, this will be his 8th game in charge. So let's see how he lines up his side today. Well, we know he's a manager that likes to change his side a lot, and he makes 6 changes from the side that drew to the Republic of Ireland. And there are a couple of players that you'd want to look out for in the middle of the park specifically. You've got Galli there, who plays for Everton. WSL fans will be familiar with her. And Caruso, who's a very talented and clever midfielder and plays for Juventus. We'll delve into the team in a bit more detail, but let's first of all hear from one of the 2 WSL players in the Italian squad, Aurora Galli, who of course plays for Everton.
Aurora, you're up against England, the European champions. How tough is this going to be?
Will be so tough. They're a very solid team. We studied them. We know how to play. We will try to do our best, and then we will see at the end.
But you beat the world champions Spain in the Nations League back in December. That must have been a big boost to the team's confidence.
Yes, that game was a very big game for us. We play well, we beat them, and this is just one step to believe to ourselves, and then we can do amazing stuff against big team.
And you play against some of these players in the WSL every week for Everton. I've just seen you go and say hello to Jess Park. Have you given any advice to your Italian teammates?
Just play our best. We can beat, like I said, every team. They are very good. We know that, but we don't have to be scared to anyone.
Thanks so much. Enjoy the game. Thank you.
They certainly are a fearless side, aren't they? And Eni, from your time in Italy, you know what you played with half of the players in this side. What are they like as a team?
Well, first of all, Galli, it's interesting to see her speak in English because when we played together at Juventus, she couldn't speak any English, and I had to always speak Italian and communicate with her. So it's great to see her, you know, come to the WSL, obviously doing well at Everton and you know, really experiencing a new league. Juventus dominates a lot of the Italian side, but they are in transition. You know, new manager, he's rotated it a lot, 8 changes against Ireland on Friday. But they have strong players, you know, strong attacking players. Bonansea, for example, Caruso in midfield, Galli, who's getting goals at Everton as well. So it's going to be an interesting test tonight. Linari at the back, 100th cap on Friday. Russo is going to have a tough test against her. She's one of those out-and-out defenders who will, you know, scrape down your Achilles, and it's really aggressive. So it's going to be interesting to see how Italy set up tonight.
Yeah, we mentioned those two WSL players, Galli and Piemonte, starts on the bench. Both of them actually had a really good match before the international break, scoring and assisting for each other.
Yeah, it was a good one for them. I'm sure as much as you want to go international duty, when you get good form in the league, you want to stay with it. I mean, that's a brilliant header. No, she's not starting today, but will be a threat, I'm sure, if she comes on from corners, set pieces. But this is Galli's goal. It's actually interesting because she usually plays a lot deeper for club and probably for country tonight. So to get up there, you're thinking, oh, and then bang, with a rocket with her left foot. It's an unbelievable finish. But really tidy, really wants to get on the ball. She's brave. She's kind of the quarterback, if you're into your NFL in terms of football, dictates a lot of play for them. So it'd be interesting. And the thing I like about Italy, which I saw against Ireland the other day, was how aggressive they are. They press, they are organised. A new manager has come in, boom, new lease of life. We're going to go for you. We're not going to sit back. We're going to go, go, go. So I'm actually really excited to see them tonight against England, to see how we cope, but actually how they fare as well.
You mentioned there, I mean, his first 8 games, Suchin, he's got some great results. Obviously beat Spain, finished second in the Nations League. So I think there was a few question marks about him because he had no prior experience in the women's game. But he's done well. He's got results. And actually, if they get a result tonight, it's really showing, you know, the results of his management so far, rotating players. So it's going to be a tough game, I think, tonight for England. Yeah, and a very different sort of test to the one that Austria provided on Friday night. Well, after the break, we're going to hear from the England camp. The Nations League was bitterly disappointing for the Lionesses, but Niamh Charles looks back on the campaign and what they've learned from their experience. We're back in a moment.
World's most famous knockout competition. Into the back of the net and it's an FA Cup corker. There it is! The performance of his life. It's a pretty special place. It's Benson, a peach of a ride from Ryan Mania. You've got to love racing.
Paris-Nice is a prestigious race. A fixture on the French racing calendar.
This is going to get very tasty now. Oh, look at him go! It's different and it's always special. Oh, and the try!
Well, there is just so much fantastic sport coming up on ITV for you, and we have more FA Cup football this evening. Luton take on the holders, Manchester City. That's at 7:30 on ITV and STV. Whilst tomorrow we have 2 matches to choose from, or if I were you, I'd watch both. Chelsea host Leeds United. That's at 6:45 p.m. on ITV4 and ITVX, and that will include the quarter-final draw. Whilst Liverpool take on Southampton at 7:30 on ITV1. And as for Friday, well, it's the FA Cup of Darts as the UK Open kicks off from Minehead. Teenage sensation Luke Littler will be one of the 150 players taking part. That's at 11:45 p.m. on ITV4 and ITVX. Well, Niamh Charles has started to cement her position in Sarina Wiegman's starting 11 as the left back, and she feels right at home there. Katie Shanahan has been getting to know a little bit more about the Chelsea defender.
Describe yourself as a player. As a player, I would say energetic, maybe a bit both-footed, industrious. As a person, calm, easygoing. It's quite hard. I would like to think I'm kind.
Me and my best friend.
What are you doing?
You've not always been a defender, have you? From goalkeeper sessions with your dad in the gun to playing at Liverpool as a forward.
Yeah, I've played a lot of positions. It's definitely been a journey, and I'm definitely still on that, but I do think everything has sort of helped me, and I can draw on different experiences, so I wouldn't really change it.
You started your career at West Kirby Boys. Was it tough playing in a boys' team?
Looking back, what I remember most is how much the boys on my team sort of looked after me, stuck up for me, and were like, oh no, she's just one of us, and yeah, that's really special for me.
What was your childhood dream?
Someone actually sent me a picture the other day of, like, you know, when you're in school and you sent like what I want to be when I'm older, and it was I want to be a footballer and then I want to be a sports doctor. So I said one's not bad at the moment.
Playing for England must have been in there.
That was my ultimate dream. As a female, it was just to be a professional footballer. That was a big, big dream.
You started the last 5 games for England. How good has that been?
Yeah, it's been really nice. I've really enjoyed it, and anytime you get to step on the pitch, it's so, so special, and I think it's not something I take for granted at all. You work for so long and then it sort of finally starts paying off. I've worked really hard on like the mental side of my game and a lot of time and on the pitch, in the bank, in the gym, and hopefully, yeah, it continues.
I'm very impressed with her progress. If you look back and like 2.5 years ago, where she was then developing, where she's now, it's just really good.
The player she is now, I think she's only going to keep getting better, and yeah, when I've watched her for Chelsea in the WSL, she's one of their key players, so yeah, it's really good to see.
A big, big goal for the Dutch, and one to break England hearts as well.
How disappointing was the whole Nations League campaign and not qualifying for the Paris Olympics?
I mean, of course, we all want to be at the Olympics. I think that's what you want to play in the biggest competition. So it was definitely disappointing in the way that it sort of happened. That is sport at the end of the day. It gives you amazing highs and some pretty low lows. But I think we've had time to sort of, that's happened, accept that that's sport. But now we're really looking forward to sort of, this is the start of our new journey and one we're really excited about.
Italy up next, tough opposition.
We'll be expecting a very tough test. I think a very aggressive team. So hopefully what we've reflected on from last game we can put into practice and be ready to deal with their press and anything they may bring. But hopefully it'll be a really good game.
Well, she's clearly worked hard on her game and has evolved a lot over the years. Has she nailed down that left-back position for you?
I think she has. Look, there's always competition for places, but Niamh's another one who's been patient, I think, to get her chance. And whenever she has got her chance, she's taken it. She's played really well. It's interesting to see herself describe herself as calm, because she's definitely that. And what I love about Niamh's game, she's always high in the play. She's always adding to the attack as a left-back. And that's important for both systems, you know, because whether you're a full-back in a 4 or a wing-back in a 3, you have to have that attacking element to your game. You see her here, she's part of the attack and it leads to a goal. Again, she puts balls in the box for people to attack it. But that defensive side is important as well. That 1v1 defensive side at the top level is really important. That side of her game, I think she continues to need to develop. But she's done brilliant to really cement her place so far in England.
She's a versatile player as well. I mean, she started as a striker.
Yeah, and like Annie said, she can play as a wing-back and as a full-back. And I think as well, because she's right-footed, I think she can, when she plays on the left, I think she can cut in, take more shots. I think that's another level that she can take herself to. But she's been consistent for Emma Hayes' Chelsea side, and you can see the confidence in her now, which, you know, she's doing really, really well. She's just got to keep hold of that left-back position and make it her own.
But as you said, the competition for places in this squad as a whole is actually really healthy for them, isn't it?
Absolutely, and that's what I mean in terms of evolving the squad. Look, the best nations, US, for example, they always find a way, at the peak of their performance, they evolve players, they bring young players through, so that there's never a sort of stopgap or change in the levels and the elite levels that they maintain. And that's what I think England need to continue to do. The likes of Niamh, the likes of Lotta today, give them the opportunities so that when it comes to the Euros next year, they've been blooded in, they've experienced those high levels.
And what's been really nice is to see the togetherness that the Lionesses have. They're a very connected group of players. And actually what's been even nicer to see is this week, the under-23s have actually been in the same camp with them in Spain. How valuable is that for these under-23 players?
Well, look there, Sarina Wiegman's watching. If you're doing well, you'd be bumped up, and we saw that with Aggie Beever-Jones. She came into the squad against Austria. I think it's good as well. I think growing up, I think you always want to look at what you can aspire to, see what the senior players, see what the level is, see if there's an opportunity, make sure the manager's watching. It just gives you that extra motivation. And I think, you know, how many of those players might be sneaking in to 2025 or even to 2027? But I think it's quite good that they're all together, because it is one big squad.
Did you get those opportunities when you were players to train with the older players?
Not really. I mean, I remember my first debut on camp, and I saw Kelly Smith, and I stared at her for a bit, and she thought, well, who's this, weird little girl, And that's probably because I hadn't had any exposure to the first team. It was a bit of a shock. It was all a bit much and quite overwhelming. But I think what happens is when you create an environment where it's normal for the 23s to see the seniors and aspire to it, I think it creates that normal sort of transition once they get picked.
Well, we do have plenty more content from the Lionesses on our ITV Sport YouTube channel, including more from Niamh, and there's also a Guess the Lioness feature with Lauren Hemp and Rachel Daly, so make sure you have a look. Well, perhaps surprisingly, Italy are the opponent England have played most over the years. Italy hold the upper hand, having won 14 of the 31 times that they've met. However, England take recent bragging rights and are unbeaten in the last 12 years. No doubt they'll want another win today. Teams will be out after this. Well, it's not long to go until kick-off between the Lionesses and Italy, as they are in the south of Spain, very close to Gibraltar, actually. And Lucy Bronze is playing in her second season here in Spain for Barcelona, and tonight she makes her 119th cap for the Lionesses. She's been speaking to Katie Shanahan.
Lucy, Italy are well known for their intensity and physicality. Are you ready for what might be coming your way?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've had a good week of training. The intensity of our training is always really high in the England camp anyway. So we're excited to play against them. It's a team that we played last year, but before that we've not played them so much. So it'll be a fun game and a fun encounter.
You scored 3 goals in your last 6 games for England. How much have you been working on that aspect of your game?
For a long, long time, for 12 years, and finally got a 3 in 6. Yeah, I know. I think I've adapted my game for the teams that I've played in, and obviously my role in England has changed throughout the years. So, yeah, I've become a little bit of an aerial threat somehow, and that never used to be a thing. But I'm just happy to be playing for the team still and doing well.
And what's been the best thing about this camp? Being here in Spain, near to Barcelona, where you play your club football?
Yeah, it's been a lot less travel for myself and Kira, that's for sure. It's been nice to be in the sunshine. That's something that I miss when I go back to England. And I think all the girls have really had a good week of training. The training facilities have been amazing. Being around the 23s has been really nice as well, and being able to watch them play. So I think it's been a really good camp for everyone.
Thanks, Lucy. Enjoyed the game. Thank you.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it's been a very positive camp for the Lionesses. My question to you, Karen, is though, why have they chosen to go and play in Spain? We know that against Austria on Friday night, there are only 700 fans in the stadium. It doesn't look very full today. We know there are only 1,000 sold tickets. They could be playing at Wembley in front of 70,000 fans. Why choose to do it in Spain?
Or any other venue in the UK and get a sellout? Look, I think it's what Lucy said there, perhaps to the players. It's good to go away and get some warm weather, but I think it's a combination where the FA have got to come together with the technical team, like a Sarina Wiegman and her team, and say, actually, look, as much as you might want to go and get some more weather training, you're still in a period where we need to grow and develop the game. And for us to keep getting the profile big, get the players out there, sell out stadiums, it wasn't great for us to broadcast, on Friday night when there was very few people there, and it wasn't great to watch. And for someone that's just done the women's review, spent a year into that saying, look, we're in a growth period, we have to come together and work collaborative together. Aesthetically, that didn't look good for us, in my opinion. But I do understand from a technical perspective, they want to look after the players, give them some refresh. So they've got to come together, because I still think we need to grow the game. And I think it would have been better playing in the UK in front of a full stadium, inspiring our next generation in front of a top audience that would have loved that. So I was a little bit disappointed with that, but I'm sure they're all going to come together and reflect on that better moving forward.
Yeah, totally agree with Kaz. And I think we're in the period as well where we're normalising full stadiums in England at club and country level. So the more often and frequent and consistent you can do that, the better. So every opportunity you have for England women to play at a large stadia in England, you've got to take it. Because actually what we're trying to do is make it so normal that actually every time England playing, right, I'm going to buy my ticket and I'm going to go to a stadium. So I completely agree. We've got to continue that trend. We've got to normalise that as much as we can.
For me, that looks backwards. For
like
me,
you've taken a step back a few
I was
years.
looking at going, honestly, from doing the review, how many conversations I had, how many we're driving, and for me, this is a backward step. And it might be a positive step for the technical team, it might be positive for the players, but now I'm not a player anymore, so I see it from how do we continue to grow the game, how do we move this forward? So for me, that's a bit of a backward step, so I am disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah, look, I think the call to action to the FA on this is every opportunity you have now with the commercial team, commercial department, is put the games on at stadia in England, because we've seen it at club level and international level, it will get sold out.
Well, the game has come on leaps and bounds in the last few years, and we're hoping that we will see a great game of football tonight. Well, it's time now to hand you to your commentators for this one. That's Siobhan Chamberlain, but first, Seb Hutchinson.
Yes, thank you, Seema. A much changed England, certainly impressed on Friday night, and with changes once again, will they replicate that commanding display? Italy, another side who have played England recently and made things tight. They put on a more durable display than Austria did on Friday. We'll certainly hope so, with encouraging recent results for the Italians. But England bringing back some of their big hitters. First of all, the national anthems. It's England against Italy, and all the action after this short break. Well, England playing again in a more sunnier Spain than Friday, and this is their lineup. They start their Barcelona stars, Kira Walsh and Lucy Bronze, 2 of 5 changes from the Austria win. Lotte Wubben-Moy makes just her 3rd start. Chloe Kelly missed Friday's match, but is good to go for this one. And Italy, 9 changes from their stalemate against Ireland on Friday. A more transitional Italy side than the meeting a year ago, with a 24-year-old frontline born 3 months apart. Sofia Cantore scored against England in their last meeting. Everton's Aurora Gali, the only member of this 11 to play her club football outside of Italy. The Arnold Clark Cup was the setting where these two nations met. A 2-1 win for England in Coventry a year ago. What different the sides play this time round. Expecting the two sets of players to take the knee. Keira Walsh captaining the side tonight. She did wear the armband coming off the bench on Friday. There's the very talented Ariana Caruso. Some quality on the ball. Juventus midfielder. Mary Earps back in goal. There's both sets of players who do take the knee. And momentarily forgetting. So away we go. England started and finished rather strongly against Austria. Siobhan, how are you expecting them to play for this one?
I'm hoping for them to play very similarly. I'm hoping for just as many goals as well. They'll be looking for a clean sheet, but there's a change of players on the pitch, giving opportunities to some other players today. They'll be hoping to start exactly the same way, though.
They had such a strong start in that match on Friday. Didn't take Russo long to find the net, and it hasn't taken England long to win a corner.
It hasn't, and for me, I'm really pleased to see Grace Clinton retaining her place in the starting lineup. She had a fantastic debut, and she'll be looking to do exactly the same today. And as they spoke about in the studio in the build-up, it's the perfect opportunity to give her these chances.
Keep your eye on Clinton wearing number 10, right on the edge of the box, with Stanway as well. Greenwood to take the corner. Sent into that 6-yard box, and Italy struggling to clear. That did not take England long again. A lot of Moy, a special moment for her. And look at the celebration. Rarely gets a chance with England, but scores her first goal for England. And just like on Friday, the Lionesses wasting no time and showing their strength from corners.
We said we wanted goals, we said we wanted a fast start, and we've got just that. A fantastic delivery in from Alex Greenwood, and Lotte Wubben-Moy completely unmarked, directs it perfectly into that far corner over Lucy Bronze, leaving the goalkeeper there with no chance. And what a brilliant start for this game for England.
Perhaps those plans from Italy to try and keep things tight against this England side. I was going to say, did they watch that match on Friday? They were playing on the same day against Ireland, a stalemate. We know that England are strong from set pieces. Delivery of Greenwood.
It was a slightly different delivery from Greenwood, just got to that near post space. We normally see them whipped in a little bit firmer, a little bit deeper. This one picked out Lotte Wubben-Moy to perfection.
Enjoying one of her best seasons in her career so far. Sarina Wiegman did talk about her definitely getting a chance in one of these two games. Chances tonight, and she's already on the score sheet. Just her 12th cap, 3rd start, 1st goal. Here's Hemp. Keira Walsh. As always, keeping things nicely simple. Greenwood playing it in behind, looking for Russo, stretching Italy. At the moment, just haven't been able to get on the ball too much so far. And Austria had this exact same problem. We were very critical of Austria on Friday, but maybe I have to give you more credit to England.
Yeah, we definitely do. They've started with intensity in both matches. We heard Lucy Bronze in the pre-match build-up talking about the intensity that they've had in their training camp, that every single training session is really intense. And we've seen that from the start here today.
Dominating the ball the first 3.5 minutes as Stanway sits to Bronze. Bronze looking to feed it into Clinton, trying to help it on to Russo. Boat in there, the fullback, but losing out. And Kelly to the back post where Hemp was hoping to arrive. Bergamaschi putting it behind.
Good defending there by Bergamaschi. Perfect position to be in. She was aware of the runner on her back post, had to head that away. A great delivery in. Chloe Kelly, who's fresh after not being involved in the game a few days ago. She'll be looking to get back involved in this side, to get back with some assists and some goals, I'm sure.
Scratching already for Andrea Soncin. Italy boss. How are they going to deal with this corner? We'll have so many threats in that penalty area. And Kelly's delivery, and that's awkward for the goalkeeper again. Giuliani pushing it away. She did relatively well in the end.
Wasn't especially conventional, didn't catch it cleanly, but it was effective. She got it clear and has enabled her team to get up the pitch.
Moy. Comfortable. Italy, of course, won't like the fact that England are passing around them at the moment. Even though they drew with Ireland, they're coming off two very good results at the end of their Nations League campaign. Beat Switzerland home and away, beating the world champions as well. Here's Greenwood. Beating the world champions in Spain. Bubba Moy. Clinton. There was so much confidence on Friday night. Here's Charles. Kelly. Greenwood. Walsh. And Clinton will pick up a free kick. They cannot get near England at the moment. That was Caruso that time with a foul.
Really tidy play by England. Good turn here from Clinton as she got caught. But comfortable moving the ball around 1 and 2 touch, right to left, switching it round the back. They're going to have to be patient with moving it. Italy have got 5 at the back there. They've got a block of 4 in front. They want to block up. They want to make it difficult. I just don't think they anticipated conceding a set piece after just 1 minute.
No, instead, facing another set piece, Kelly sends it in, and once more Giuliani makes the save. And the reaction from Bubba Moy, so close to 2.
Brilliantly worked set piece from England there. Great delivery from Chloe Kelly and a fantastic header from Bubba Moy again. Leaping highest, getting between her 2 markers and forcing the goalkeeper to make a very smart stop. Down low, bouncing up. Couldn't have asked for more, much more from Bubba Moy there.
She got to get on the end of this corner again, causing problems once more. England, the ball towards the back post. It was Niamh Charles going up, another player looking for her first England goal.
See a replay of the goal there, and just a cushioned header by Bubba Moy. She does so well to redirect it. As I said before, completely unmarked, and definitely enjoying herself there in the sunshine.
Such a popular member of the squad. But of course would have wanted to play more matches, would have more game time with the Lionesses. Certainly there on form. A rare attack really for Italy this first half. Matena tried to get that ball under control, but it's just not happening for them. Still early stages, of course. Here's Charles. Greenwood wanted to be pressed there. Can be out. Walsh. And Bronze towards Russo. Giuliani comes out. Russo held up the ball so well against Austria. It was a real threat in behind as well.
I think she doesn't always get the credit that she deserves for that, the way she holds the ball up, the way she can come deep, hold the ball, turn with it, bring other players into play, but then also be in the right place at the right time within that 6-yard box to get on the score sheet and to get those goals. Her link-up play is fantastic.
He tried to make their link-up play work, and this is good pace from Cantore, who gets away from Greenwood. Cambiag is in the middle. Cantore really found the room behind Greenwood and was away. Has been maybe a small point of concern for England under Sarina Wiegman is those sort of situations.
Italy have got good attacking players. They score goals. They scored 3 against Spain. They scored 3 in their last game against Switzerland before the goalless draw against the Republic of Ireland. So they've got players they can attack forward. So England need to stay switched on.
England have got attacking players as well, as Clinton moves it wide and working it on. Onto to the, looking towards the near post in the end. Didn't quite get that one right. To say though about Grace Clinton, she's just slotted right into this England side unfazed.
There's some players that take time to learn phases of play, learn how to link up with others, and there's some players that just naturally get the game. They just naturally link up with their teammates. They just get football. They've got a great football brain. And for me, Grace Clinton is one of those.
Greenwood gave it away, but then again, she lacking ability to control anything at the moment. Ergomaski, really one of the experienced members of this side. Relatively, I'd say very relatively for Italy, inexperienced lineup. One we're used to seeing them play in recent years. They are going through that transitional period. They have players with injuries and certain players retiring. Saragama. Maybe. Ergomaski sending that cross in. Oh, and Moy collided as she cleared that ball. Italian player on the ground, and no suggestion of a penalty, really.
No, I think it was a great header there from Moy. Brave. Not sure she knew the player was coming in on the other side of her, but physical collision. Thankfully, both players up and ready to continue.
Fiorentina's Michaela Catena. Regali in that midfield. Caruso need to be the platform for Italy. Just a bit of the ball. That's loose from Gali.
Just a little bit untidy from Italy at the moment. They're working so hard to try and win the ball back from England that when they do get it, they need to move it around with a little bit more tidiness, a little bit more conviction.
They tried to do just that. Gali can't work out of that position, but it will be a throw into Italy. A strong challenge in there by Di Guglielmo. Like a handball, almost caught it. Cambiag. Referee from Spain, which makes it, of course, Maria Gil Soriano. Here's Clinton. Stanway. Tick will go to him. She always does. He's the first player as the cross comes in to Russo, who had a stretch.
Great play there by England. All started from a fantastic turn from Grace Clinton, centrally. Ball in from Lucy Bronze here. Fantastic whipped-in delivery. Really well defended in the end by Italy, by Di Guglielmo, to prevent Alessia Russo getting on the score sheet again.
And England have caused trouble from the corner so far. They've had plenty of them in the opening 13 minutes. Clinton and Walsh. Mary Earps back in goal. Serena Wiegmann resisting temptation to start Chiara Keating. And goalkeeper Walsh. Will chase after that, but Italy should be able to deal with that situation. The pouring rain on Friday night, England coped with those conditions. These are more the sort of conditions that England came here for. And you talk to us a bit about warm weather training. What difference does it actually make to players?
You know what, it's nice just to be able to kind of walk to the training ground, to be able to relax afterwards when you're cooling down, when you're stretching. Just a nice environment just makes things kind of seem a bit more fun. We all know we all want to go on holiday in the sunshine, so.
Ball sent in. Italy did deal with it that time. Benzini. Can hear the England players communicating that press. And it was against them in the end.
Just going to go back to that last point. I'm definitely not insinuating that the England girls are on holiday there. But we know that sunshine does make you feel happy. And I think being in a nice, relaxed environment, it's a change of scenery. Hopefully it gets the best out of these players. And we've seen from the last game and from the start of this game that it's working at the moment.
Yeah, fully fit squad besides Fran Kirby, who pulled up in the warm-up on Friday. That is a loose pass. And England will look to take advantage. Stanway. And stretching for that was Linari, the captain. Charles. And Hemp, the drop of the shoulder, the signature drop of the shoulder. The cross isn't bad either. And then Kelly didn't quite get it right. Here's Charles. Charles again. And Walsh was dispossessed and also fouled. Was it number as well? Caruso. But Andrea Sonchin will be probably the happiest thing you can say about him at the moment is the fact that they're only 1-0 down.
There's an opportunity there for Georgia Stanway. I just think at the moment, every time England go forward, they've got so many options, so many bodies in attack committing forward. See there, Georgia Stanway high up. Grace Clinton attacking with intensity. Then those wide players that are changing positions.
Bergamaschi is away, and England are quite stretched here, actually. Katena's in there as well, but the pass didn't find a blue shirt. England maybe got away with one there, but they might not on this occasion. Putin. Gali. Caruso. And Gali keeping that ball forward. Greenwood stronger that time. The feature we saw of England's play was Hannah Hampton. Bold and progressive with her passing out from the back. That actually led to one of the goals as well. Interesting element of how this England side may progress. Suggesting they're going to be dropping Mary Earps anytime soon.
It's important that other goalkeepers get opportunities, though, because if Mary Earps was to get injured, you need someone that's ready to step up. And Hannah Hampton's been brilliant for Chelsea in the last few games. She was great with her feet. Chiara Keating's been brilliant for Manchester City. So it's important that that transition is made possible for these players.
It's a good problem for England to have. There's Walsh. Charles passes it inside to Hen. Ubermoy. Now Walsh. Greenwood. Moy feeding that in towards Clinton. Lost by Stanway. And the free kick does eventually go to Italy in the end.
I'm not sure the referee was actually going to give that until Grace Clinton just gave a little glance to her as if to say, are you going to give it or not? she gave it herself.
Guilty glance. Well, the reason why these sides are able to play these friendlies is because they finished second in Group A of the Nations League. Otherwise, finished third in the Nations League group, you'd have playoff matches taking place.
Fantastic achievement for Italy to finish second in their group as well, an incredibly tough group. So you said previously the win they got against Spain, the results against Sweden, against Switzerland, a very, very tough group. So they're definitely a team that's on the rise at the moment.
Kelly hoping for a corner, and she has earned one here. So to say that Ireland are playing Wales in a friendly tonight. Wales knowing that they were relegated, Ireland finishing second in their group, put them in a position to be able to play a friendly match. So England have already scored from one corner. And Greenwood, it's over the head of Vavamoy that time. Giuliani punches, Hemp towards goal, and Hemp will claim it. She had to have a quick check with her teammate, but either way, England causing all sorts of problems from corner kicks in this first half.
Lauren Hemp will 100% claim that, but for me, it's all in the delivery. Causes confusion in the middle. Goalkeeper tries to claim it, makes a punch. It just ricochets away into the back of the net. And Lauren Hemp will definitely claim that as her goal. She fires it through a whole host of Italian bodies that couldn't do anything to block it on the line.
It's one of the more messier goals England will ever score, but they all count, as they say. And at the moment, different team for England. Half of it changed. And a similar performance to Friday. And that's a good sign, of course it is, for Sarina Wiegman.
It's a very good sign. I think if it's a comfortable scoreline at half-time, it also gives her the opportunity to potentially make a few more changes, get some more minutes in, freshen it up even more, and just really test the whole depth of this squad that she's got at the moment.
I've had a couple of rates down this right-hand side, though, that have been pretty decent for Italy. And Torres had some joy in that area, Bergamaschi a couple of times. And then the sliding challenge. Caruso battling to win it back, and Gali couldn't quite do it. Did go sliding in there, Gali. Played against pretty much all of these England players in the WSL at some point. Here's Greenwood. Charles. And Greenwood go long. And Stanway. Stanway gets it back. Actually found themselves trying to bring the ball out from deep. It just hasn't happened for them. And they've just kept them pinned in there. Walsh. And Charles. Free kick England.
Georgia Stanway and Grace Clinton are going to be really important for England in this game. The way Italy are blocking up and defending is going to make it hard for Alessia Russo to get on the ball. So those late runs from those attacking midfielders are going to be really vital to make sure that you can break down this back line. I think we saw Georgia Stanway making that run and Alex Greenwood looking to play the ball just a few minutes ago, but they're going to be the moves, they're going to be the runs that are going to help break down this Italian back line.
Catena, Cantore in that Italy wall. And Kelly whips that one in. She just haven't really been able to handle England too well from those set-piece situations. That was a little better. Greenwood. forward once more. Italy, of course, a potential opponent for England in the qualifiers, the draw being made in March. Walsh. Kelly. Kelly was blocked. Bergamaschi coming across. And Cantore wanted that ball played over the top. She would have been away again.
You have to stay till half time.
And Lenari putting that one out of play.
England's 3 central midfielders have played really well so far today. We saw, you can see here, Lauren Hemp's goal, which she's, as I said, definitely claiming there. A few ricochets, but a goal's a goal. I think England's central 3 have played really well so far. Saw Kira Walsh receiving the ball, tidy feet to move it forwards. Georgia Stanway and Grace Clinton, whenever they get the ball, their first thought is, can we keep hold of it? Can we face up? Can we cause problems for Italy?
And they're doing just that. Russo, strong play again. Kelly, won't quite get to that. Guglielmo, another important intervention for Italy, but just feel the mood that England are in at the moment. And another goal, and pretty soon, and that sort of mood. In, pinned in, and that will be a goal kick just about. Shake of the head from Hemp.
Great high pressure there from England, pressing Italy all over the pitch, especially in these high areas. We heard Sarina Wiegman in a pre-match press conference talking about having to deal with Italy's high press, that they're going to press them defensively really hard, and they've got to deal with that. They haven't had the chance to get anywhere near England so far.
Laura Giuliani on the ball at the moment. Lost her #1 place during the World Cup, then played the Nations League games. A big disappointment. Giuliani again. Bergamaschi. You know they want to get on the ball, the Italian players, work their way up the pitch, but England making it very difficult indeed. That's better link-up play from Italy, not quite in the end. Stanway. England are trying to think of a way to get to Spain's level when they were outclassed at times in that World Cup final. That pressing game could prove to be the key to it all, but we will see as Bronze goes forward. Russo. Drops for Russo again. Stanway. And Hemp. Played to aim for, including Kelly. Giuliani will claim.
Good goalkeeping by Giuliani there, comfortable claim. Under pressure by Chloe Kelly and Lauren Hemp with the delivery. Her and Chloe Kelly have interchanged quite a lot in this first half between wings, makes it difficult for Italy to work out who they're picking up, and changes that dimension on the wide play.
Scotland were playing tonight as well in a friendly against Finland that went to a penalty shootout. Scotland losing that match in the shootout. Scotland relegated from Group A, in the same group as England, a dramatic Nations League group that went down to goal difference in the end. The Lionesses denied by 1 goal essentially, but a lot more went wrong along the way for Sarina Wiegman's side. Those losses in the Netherlands and in Belgium proving to be crucial in the end.
Great starting position there by Giuliani. High up, ready to sweep. Otherwise, it would have been a brilliant ball over the top with Alessia Russo ready to latch onto it.
is Greenwood. Vermoy to Bronze. Bronze will look for the ball over the top to Hemp. Martin had to track her. They want to get those full-back wing-backs forward, but they just haven't really been able to. Bergamaschi one raid down the right-hand side, but no way out for Italy.
Full credit to England for that and their intensity. They've worked really hard since the very, very first kick of this game, and they're reaping the rewards. Playing with the confidence that they are actually accustomed to seeing under Sarina Wiegman. It was until the World Cup, actually, when there were some tight performances. England didn't seem so free scoring. Clinton, excellent touch. And straight at the goalkeeper, but there's that confidence again. Brilliant from Clinton. She'll play off her right foot, off her left foot. Opens up play. Just needed to open up a little bit more, curl it round the outside. She dragged her shot, making it easy for Giuliani to claim.
Turns 21 in March. So by the time of the qualifiers, she will be 21, and you'd assume on these performances, fingers crossed, no injury issue, that she will be in that squad. Eve Charles just about getting away with one there. But not this time. Error at the back from England. And saved by the whistle. The ball had gone out of play, I believe.
Very risky play at the back there by England. Eve Charles just underselling the back pass to Marriott, but the fact that she was out quickly forced Cambiag off the pitch. And then Marriott did well anyway, regardless, to come back and make that save. Just reminding England they need to stay switched on at the back here. Italy have got a dangerous attacking players.
I finished mentioning how Eve Charles had just gotten away with one and then made a similar pass again. Free kick to England. Caruso had to explain to the referee that it wasn't me who made the foul. Have you heard that? Lanzini, in fact. There's Lanzini again. My cover. See the Italy substitutes warming up. We'll expect plenty of changes as we had on Friday. Stanway driving well, looking for Russo, and Russo back to Clinton. Is it off to Walsh? Charles, Hemp, and Hemp urged on. Told by team measure space. It's always when they're playing in smaller stadiums like this, and you can hear every instruction, every communication.
Great patience there by England, though. There's so many Italian bodies in and around that 18-yard box. You've got to move it quickly. You've got to shift it across that 18-yard box to find yourself some space. And England there worked it well, couldn't find it, but managed to win themselves a corner.
They're racking them up in this first half, and they've scored from 2 of them. And the referee just making sure that everything's in order in that penalty area. It never is. And Kelly. And again, the England players queuing up. I think Charles was closest to that. That ball didn't go out of play either. Stanway hooking it back in there, and hits header! And once again, England breached that Italy defence. 3 goals in 33 minutes for the Lionesses. And Lauren Hemp, 2 for her, and that one is definitely hers.
It's a brilliant header by Lauren Hemp. She's not the tallest of players, but she's fantastic in the air. She times it well, she directs it. It's a brilliant delivery in to start with by Chloe Kelly. Lucy Bronze keeps that ball alive, and the number of bodies in the box there for England makes it difficult. Lauren Hemp just picks out that position in the middle of the 80-yard box and directs, looped That header over the top of Giuliani. Can't quite reach with that top hand. And she makes it 3.
Assuming that first goal is given to Lauren Hemp. She's up to 18 now for England. And they are just picking up where they left off against Austria. And just like Austria were on Friday, this is a concerning scoreline for Italy, really, as we set aside who don't get beaten heavily that often, although during the World Cup they were on the end of a 5-0 defeat to Sweden.
They've made themselves hard to beat recently and they've been scoring goals. So full credit has to go here to England and their performance and the way they've attacked this game from the outset.
It's a frequent opponent for England over the years, and in the early days Italy got the better of England, but they're not at the moment. Can they change that? Torre, but that's the advantage of Niamh Charles in that sort of position. She's not high up the pitch, got the pace to get there first.
A good recovery there from Niamh Charles. Had a couple of loose balls, but as you said, she's got the pace to be able to recover when it does go wrong.
At the moment, with the start that they've had, good for a record win over Italy. Oops. Russo has looked so strong up front for England on Friday. Already in this match. Bronze, we know, loves to get forward. Russo waiting for the cross, and Russo wasn't that far away. Struggling to clear again, and then having a slash at it was Hemp, who's on a hat-trick, of course.
Would that have been the perfect hat-trick? First one off her right foot, second one off the head. Final attempt from the left foot. There is still time for that perfect hat-trick from Lauren Hemp.
If you were to back away that Lauren Hemp was going to score a goal, would be with her left foot, so it's on. Stated how good she is in the air, though. You just won't want the level to drop, even with this excellent start.
We've heard Sarina speak in the build-up about the importance of making sure players are fresh, understanding the volume of football that they're playing. So it will be really interesting at half-time to see if she does make a number of changes to mix it up, to freshen it up, to change the numbers of minutes in these legs of these players, especially with the scoreline as it is.
And Clinton. That England have strength on the bench as well. Here's Charles. And now Walsh, the little slip pass through to Clinton, who again evaded trouble. And just like Friday, all the England players a high level at the moment.
It's the first touch from Grace Clinton for me that's the best one. She always wants to receive on the turn and face forward as soon as she can. And that's what causes problems for the Italy defence. They can't then handle the movement, the touch, the change of direction. And it's why she draws so many fouls.
At some point we will ask you to explain to people why she's on loan at Tottenham and not playing for Manchester United. There are good reasons for it. Wait for this free kick to be taken first. Oh, it's a long way out for Greenwood. She goes for it, and Giuliani watched it wide in the end.
Just shows the confidence that Alex Greenwood's playing with at the moment. She's got a fantastic delivery with that left foot, just a little bit far out. Had it been 5 yards or so closer, that whip might have taken it into that top corner.
I think she was a substitute at the Euros in the win, but she could prove to be one of England's key players. She had a very good World Cup. Interesting decision when Williamson and Bright both back fit. And she's playing some of her best football at centre-half. Voted.
I completely agree. When Williamson, Bright and Greenwood are all fit and all playing well on form, it's going to be a very difficult decision for Sarina Wiegman to make. I'm glad I'm not the one making it.
She may pick all three, who knows? She has changed formation during the World Cup as well. Wilbur Moy hope to be in that mix. Performances, strong performances for Arsenal continue. And Charles looking for him. Milano trying to shield the ball, wants the throw, and it does get it in the end. Not too much to enjoy from this first half from Italy. It's been an interesting one in the fact that they have had 3 or 4 promising positions up the pitch. In the rare moments they've been able to break forward.
They've had opportunities, they just haven't been clinical with them today. And when you're playing against a team like England that's going to be ruthless when they're attacking, when you have chances, you need to be ruthless yourself. You need to be clinical. You need to make sure you're making the goalkeeper work.
Moy towards Walsh. Speaking before the match about the intense schedule that particularly Walsh and Bronze are likely to have at the end of the season. But here's Hemp. Wants the free kick, isn't going to get it. You know how difficult she is to stop. Going back to that schedule, you're looking at the fact that Barcelona have games around the time that, likely to have games around the time that England play their first round of qualifiers, and also WSL games still going on at that point in the season.
Yeah, look, it's tough. I mean, you look at it and think England / Team GB haven't qualified for the Olympics, so it's an opportunity to have some downtime, to have a proper break. But then you look at it in a little bit more detail, and it's definitely not. There's games constantly.
England constantly coming forward, and Clinton, what a pass into Kelly. Russo fires it to goal, and Kelly can't follow up. Grace Clinton again coming up with a little bit of class.
It was a really, really clever pass there through from Grace Clinton, but for me, 2 top saves from the goalkeeper there. She got her top hand to the first one and then reacted really quickly to be a big block when Russo was up for the second.
Cantore didn't have that sort of time on the ball. England not giving Italy any time on the ball. Hemp inside, Stanway. And Hemp's movement at the moment for that challenge. Kelly. England are playing at the moment, though. You feel like the threat can come from anywhere. It was the idea that England were becoming a bit predictable, certainly during the World Cup, the beginning of it. Here's Hemp. Walsh. Over Moy. Walsh. So many bodies forward in England that Lucy Bronze hasn't needed to be a presence in the penalty area, as she often is for England. Tainer just hasn't been able to get up the pitch enough. Another Italian player pinned back. Now Clinton can turn and face. Slip one in nicely as well to Stanway. The cross comes in again, and well, there were so many England shirts in that penalty area, and Clinton with the effort that time, and she is a presence in the penalty area as well.
She definitely is, and we can see there that original through ball from Grace Clinton, the foot save, and then that second stop again, the quick reaction from Giuliani. Does really well to keep this scoreline semi-respectable ahead of half-time for Italy.
So Siobhan, you want to explain why Grace Clinton is on loan at Tottenham? It's all part of the development.
It definitely is. I'm sure Manchester United fans watching this game here today and watching on Friday will be saying we want to see her in a Manchester United shirt. But I don't think she'd have these opportunities if she wasn't getting regular football initially, which she's been getting this season at Tottenham. So I'm sure Manchester United fans will want to be seeing her playing in red next season with the same confidence she is today.
She ultimately will. That shirt when she returns. Here's Walsh. Charles. That's going to run behind for a goal kick. It says so much about what Sarina Wiegman thinks about Grace Clinton, the fact she called her up for the Nations League squads. Didn't make her debut until Friday, but now starting 2 games in a row. Tainer.
Yeah, sometimes you can look at these games and you've got 2 friendlies and you can think, has Sarina decided she's got to start an 11 for this game and then a start an 11 for this game?
Well, Italy through here, Cantore and Earps, as per usual, coming to England's rescue.
The chance gone begging for Cantore there. She had the opportunity, just couldn't really connect with any kind of power. But a fantastic stop by Mary Earps. Gets the spread perfect. That trailing foot that's so important as a goalkeeper to make that block.
Under Sarina Wiegman was so used to England having a lot of the ball. Mary Earps not having too much to do and having to remain focused when those chances come, although at the World Cup, that match against Nigeria in particular, and of course the final, they were under a lot of pressure in those games. And that's rose to that challenge.
Yeah, look, we all know how well she's been playing over the last couple of years for England. She's been fantastic. And there again, she's come up big in a key moment.
Here's Charles. And then Hemp. For first half hat-trick, of course. Here's Kelly. And Kelly. And Giuliani will save. The shouts of Chloe, but I don't think she was interested in passing that.
She definitely wasn't. She opened up the pitch, but there probably were better decisions that she could have made. Comfortable in the end for Giuliani, who I'm sure would like to hear that half-time whistle go.
As well, Italy. Only 3 minutes to be added on in this first half. Ball's been playing a lot, mostly passed around by those in white shirts. But Italy have had some moments, and Cantore's had a few of them as well. Tainer, and they do score! Cambiag with a goal, and Italy, having been under so much pressure from England in this first half, do actually take a chance when it comes just before half-time.
Italy have been under pressure, but they've also caused problems for England. They've pressed high, they've been aggressive. And here, finally, they've taken one of those opportunities. And it's Cambiag that gets in front of Niamh Charles, just sticks her foot out. And it's the perfect time to score for Italy, just ahead of that half-time whistle.
It's just her 5th cap and her 2nd goal. Cambiag with that goal right on half-time. Makes the scoreline a lot more respectable for Italy, who found themselves under a lot of pressure in that first half. England with 2 goals from corners. The first England goal for Bubba Moy, 2 goals for Hemp. England in charge at half-time, but Italy on the score sheet. England 3, Italy 1.
Welcome back. So England are 3-1 up at half-time against Italy. And Karen, they wasted no time in getting ahead. So we're going to waste no time and get straight to our analysis. Lotte Wubben-Moy with their first England goal. How
Brilliant.
special?
I mean, it was straight from kick-off. Played out, won ourselves a corner, which led to the first goal, and Lotte there with the first goal in 1 minute. It was a brilliant start, brilliant delivery from Alex Greenwood. Lotte Wubben-Moy there highlighted, and it's a really good whip ball. So then Lotte Wubben-Moy just has to get ahead and direction on it. It's a difficult one because it's slightly behind her, but she directs it perfectly into the corner, and it's in a brilliant start from England and a killer start for Italy, and a lovely celebration as well.
It was, and we'll talk about that in a moment. They scored in, just under 2.5 minutes against Austria, and they left it, just a minute against Italy. So a very fast start for them. And then 20 minutes later, Lauren Hemp got on the score sheet.
Yeah, Lauren Hemp and all the goals from set pieces as well. And an element of England's game that I think has always been impressive for a long time. Lauren Hemp, gets on the score sheet. I don't think she knew too much about it, but
bit of a messy one, this one.
You see here again, good setup from a corner, great delivery. That's standard. And then again, it's a ricochet off Lauren Hemp, and as strikers should do, you absolutely claim everything. So even though she had no clue what was going on, it still counts, and a good fast start for England.
Yeah, it was, and actually it wasn't long before she got on the score sheet again, Karen.
Yeah, I mean, brilliant from Lucy Bronze to keep it in on the second phase, and then again, Stanway's done really well to put it into an area, but it's an unbelievable header. I think this is something Lauren Hemp has added to her game. We know her for being so good on the wing, beating people, getting past people, getting crosses in, but to get up that aerially, to get that height and the connection and direction, brilliant header.
Now, from Italy's perspective, I know that Sochin had made a lot of changes to the side, but were you slightly underwhelmed by their performance in this first half?
Underwhelmed, surprised. Sarina talked about it in the pre-match interview that she expected Italy to come out and press. They haven't done that at all. Certainly in the first 40 minutes of the half, they didn't do that at all, which meant that they sat back. You see here, back five, sitting back, allowing England to have possession, no press whatsoever, which allowed England to really dominate the ball. But then the minute Italy did that towards the last 5 minutes, they got their rewards for it. They got the goal from Cambiaghi. So Italy, I think, when they're on the front foot, they're a better team. But really surprised to see them sort of soak it in, play that block. You see here, active, win the first contact. Cambiaghi here presses. She gets her rewards for it, carries on her run. And it's a great finish in the end. But that pressure, the last 5 minutes, that was building up. That pressure, that front-footedness was building up for Italy, and they get their rewards for it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their bench. I mean, you've got Dragoni, Piemonte, Girelli, so many attacking players there that the manager could call upon to make a difference in that second half.
From Italy's perspective, I'd be going out now and say, look, we're 3-1 down. We've got success from pressing. Let's go at them in the second half, and see what happens. But I think they should, and they did it against Republic of Ireland, and there was success in parts of that game. So I think they should try it the second half.
So a strong start from England's perspective. And, of course, it was Lotte Wubben-Moy that got things underway. Just under 1 minute with her first England goal. What a special moment for her. And the celebration, you might have noticed, well, it was inspired by that gorgeous girl there. How cute is she? Her name is Izzy. She's severely deaf. And when she met the Lionesses at the camp, she said to them she would like them to celebrate just like that if they were to score. So Lotte Wubben-Moy stuck to her word and delivered the celebration. We're back just after this.
welcome to Kenilworth Road. We're here where two sides are going to be meeting from opposite ends of the Premier League tonight in the 5th round of the FA Cup. It is, of course, Luton Town, and they are hosting the holders, Manchester City. For Pep Guardiola and his boys, they're hoping to take the next step in their defence of this historic treble. And for the Hatters, they're hoping to harness the power of a sold-out home crowd. So do come and join us to see who books their place in the quarterfinals. We'll be on air on ITV1 at 7:30 with myself, Roy Keane, and Ian Wright. We'll see you then.
We will indeed see you there. Thank you very much for that, Laura. OK, back to our game between England and Italy. Two changes to bring you. Jess Carter and Lauren James are coming on for Niamh Charles and Alessia Russo. Karen, is that just to give them some minutes?
Yeah, two senior players coming on for two other senior players, really. I just think it's about spreading the minutes evenly and giving both James and Carter a run out. So, yeah, hopefully they bring a bit of energy and intensity. It doesn't drop in the second half. That's what you want for your subs to bring that on.
Do you expect England to build on that impressive first half performance?
Yeah, absolutely. Start fast again, as they did in the first half. I'm interested to see what Italy do now. You know, they've got experienced goal scorers like Cristiana Girelli on the bench, whether she's going to come on and add a bit more of a threat for Italy. Because as I said, I was surprised at their approach in the first half, whether they come out and a bit more aggressive and England can play a little bit more direct if Italy do that.
OK, well, let's see how this second half unfolds. Can we expect some more goals? I'll take you straight back to your commentators, Siobhan Chamberlain and Seb Hutchinson.
Well, both James and Carter came off the bench on Friday. Carter scoring just a second goal for England in that game, and lovely back heel. She didn't celebrate too much. I think she thought she might have been offside. In any case, that was in a strong second half for England. They went on to win 7-2 on Friday, 3-1 up here. And usually meetings between these two nations have been tight in recent years. In fact, before the 2-1 mentioned before, there was a meeting in 2017 that was ended 1 apiece. Karen Carney played in that game, and so did you, Siobhan.
I did indeed. You reminded me of that one, and I didn't actually remember the scoreline. I just remembered a really bad injury, which isn't one you like to see. But hopefully it's a much better scoreline today.
It's the broken leg, I believe, of Alice Parisi. The build-up to Euro 2017.
Yeah, when it happens at just a few metres away from you and you've got to try and stop her from looking at it, you know it's a bad one.
That was 1-1 on that occasion, but England strong first half, but of course would be frustrated conceding near the end. But Italy did have a few raids in that first half. They would have, on another day, scored a couple of goals from, which is strange to say that England dominated that half, but again, just like the Austria game, they conceded a couple of goals in that. The high standards, of course. Carter going to that left-back position. Lead off by Hemp. He's allowed to stay on to try and get that hat-trick. Clinton staying on as well. Is James to Carter. Walsh looking for Carter inside with that pass, and England, as they have done for much of this match, winning the ball back quickly. James.
Lauren Hemp looks like she's playing more in the number 9 position at the moment as well, with Lauren James playing out in the wide left. Even more possibility of Hemp getting that hat-trick now.
What would Italy have taken from that first half? As they give the ball away again, Boateng with the giveaway. Here's Stanway. Kelly. Bronze. Kelly. Take that pass to Clinton. Here's Hemp. On that hat-trick. Keeping her balance. Kelly. Greenwood. Cambiaghi goal just before half-time, giving Italy something, but England strong. Start this second half, James. Familiar drift in field. Stanway. James. Stanway picking up. He left off for much of that first half. Carter. Walsh. Greenwood. Walsh again. Kelly.
England just have to be quite patient here, moving it around. Italy don't want to concede a goal as early in this second half as they did in the first, trying to build on that goal they scored in the added on time in the first.
Out to Kelly. Couldn't get that pass inside. Towards the on-rushing Bronze. Bubba Moy with the switch across to Carter. And James. And James sending in towards Stanway. It's going to break for Kelly. Hemp is waiting. And Kelly, no foul, but Stanway picking it up. Just dozing a little bit there. I think they were expecting the whistle to blow. Bronze. Kelly. Whips that ball in, lovely delivery. And attacked by Clinton. She scored a header on Friday. She's been in the box a couple of times in this match.
It's a brilliant delivery from Chloe Kelly. Keeps herself onside and whips it in really early. Grace Clinton makes the perfect run across that near post. Just couldn't direct it on target. But that's where you want to see your attacking midfielders. Getting into those areas, running in late. Being there to attack those wide balls.
One back by Bronze from Bertin. Trying to work up the field quickly. And it's when England have given the ball away like that it's presented an opportunity for Italy. Cambiaghi running through the middle.
England have been brave with committing lots and lots of bodies forward to the attack. But when it does get played in transition, when it breaks, that's when the opportunity is for Italy. That's when England are sometimes a little bit outnumbered and Italy can cause England problems. At the moment, they haven't been clinical enough to capitalise on them.
Bertin. Again, looking for that ball down the line. It has been a relative success for Italy. Cantore playing it back towards Gali. If Lucy Bronze was going to start this match, as England looked to maybe manage their experienced right back. And a problem here for Bergamaschi, who is going to have to come off. And Cecilia Salvai, one of those to come on. And Catena, who didn't see much of the ball in the game, is coming off Fantini. There's another winger to play on that side, is at Inter on loan from Juventus. Just her 13th cap. Kelly. Clinton. Carter. So again in the first half, the changing to the qualification structure means that England will play some strong sides in European qualifying. And that draw is made in March. Italy could be one of them. So some of the best sides in Europe. They won't be playing matches against Luxembourg and Latvia anytime soon.
Look, although you want to make sure that you qualify for major tournaments for sure, it's going to be more beneficial for England playing against those tough opposition. Playing games where you're tested, where you've got to put in a good performance to get that victory. It's important for the development of those players, but at the same time, they need to make sure they qualify for these major tournaments.
And in case you've forgotten, England defending the Euros title. Overwhelming World Cup for Italy in the end. Especially as a few people did back them as potential dark horses to at least go deep into the tournament. Greenwood forward. James to Carter. Hemp. And Hemp turning away. Stanway wants it. Stanway with a little nutmeg and Kelly shot. Walsh, excellent control. James. So moving it on to Walsh in a wide area. Stanway. Bubamoy. Kelly. And Kelly won't get to that. Martin lets it go behind for a goal kick in the end. Have you sort of summed up the first 10 minutes of this second half?
Look, England have started with intensity again. They've been pressing high, committing numbers forward to the attack. Just looking really comfortable on the ball, moving it around. Everyone knows their job, their roles, but they can switch up. Lauren Hemp, you can see there playing centrally in the 9, drifting out back into the 11, into the wide left. But at the same time, on transition, there have been opportunities for Italy. England haven't looked fully convincing in making sure they're shutting up shop defensively when that ball changes hands.
So just trying again to settle in this second half under that England pressure high up the pitch. Just an aspect of the game that they have truly struggled with, as mentioned before. Only 3 members of this Italy squad play outside of Italy, but the domestic league come on leaps and bounds in recent years. The likes of Juventus, Roma, AC Milan. Strong performances.
And it takes time, but investment in your league helps hugely. We can see that with the WSL. Over the last 10 years, the growth of it has been phenomenal, and now look, England are reaping the rewards of it. The depth of players that are coming through within the league, the young players that once had those role models to go and watch, they're the ones that are now starting for England.
That's an awkward one. He played back, and a problem there for Lenzini. We're top of the Italian league, and it's fair few Roma players in this squad as they come forward again. Cambiaghi waiting in the middle. Ghali in there as well. Bubamoy with a clearance for England. Carter can't win that. Cantore. And that is going to be an Italy corner.
Good tracking back and defending there by Lauren James. You'll want to see her on the ball much higher up the pitch. Having to come back and do those defensive duties for England at the moment.
First corner of the game for Italy. Serena Wiegmann watches on. Ian Vering, her assistant. Mary Earps shouting instructions to her defence. Will Bote take this corner? Will Caruso take it? Here's Caruso who takes it. And Carter sliced the clearance, so Italy will have another go.
You're going to slice your clearance, that's where you want to be. That's why, as a near post defender, you stand in front of that post, so if there are any chances that it gets sliced, it doesn't end up in the back of the net.
Into watching Cambiaghi, but Cambiaghi, just missed making full contact with that one. That's a chance for the forward to find her second. She has had some good moments in this game.
She has done, and again, it's a fantastic delivery. Inches away from connecting with that header.
So just her 5th cap, even though she's in to 28 years of age now, as we see Ella Toone about to come on. Wasn't supposed to start the game on Friday, but with Frank Kirby's injury in the warm-up, Toone started, which I think actually she probably would have started this game if that hadn't happened on Friday. Well, they're saying that, who knows, with the form of Clinton.
Yeah, it kind of takes me back to the conversation and the comments that I was making in the first half before Italy started to break about if Sarina had her starting 11 set out for that first game and the second game and knew who she wanted to play regardless of performance. I think we can see there from Grace Clinton's position in both teams that she's gone on form.
Cantore. Taken away by Greenwood. So can't hold on to that. She fancies she might be the player to depart here when Toone comes on. Biaggi again waiting for that cross, and Italy's best spells to see Eliana Caruso on the ball a bit more. The Italians.
Yeah, look, they're pressing a little bit higher up the pitch, being a little bit more confident, a bit more aggressive. They've made a couple of changes, freshened up those legs.
If they can score here, actually make this game very interesting indeed. Biaggi just missing the header again. Kelly helping it on its way. Italy will have the throw.
Said if Italy can get a goal here, 3-2 makes this final half hour a lot more interesting.
Double change it's going to be for England. Jess Park is going to come on, like she did on Friday. Putting down the line. Going up for that ball as well for Italy. Caruso. It's been sort of game where they've been on the back foot for most of it, but Linari looking to get involved. And Torre. Caruso. First time they've had a sustained spell of possession, Italy, in this match. Caruso. Carter. Defensive work, that should be corner for Italy. Had some quick-fire corner kicks here that they've won.
They've been strong deliveries as well. They failed to make a connection, but the deliveries have been brilliant. Whipped into that near-post space. Biaggi just failing to make connection on them.
Salvai, one of the substitutes, is up for this corner. Caruso with it. Biaggi, again, not that far away. Feels like 3 or 4 crosses in a row that the Italy striker has been so close to making contact. Certainly a target for those sort of deliveries after England causing Italy so many problems from corner kicks in the first half. It's been Italy with the last 3. And again, breaking that high line easily. And so audible, Mary Earps. You sure her side is calm? Siobhan, were you always a calm speaker in goal?
Yeah, I mean, I think communication was one of my key points. I think as a goalkeeper, you've got to be able to communicate well. You've got to instill confidence in your back line, and you've got to help them. You're their second set of eyes. You can see everything that's going on. So as a goalkeeper, to communicate well, I think is so important. And you can hear there Mary Earps doing it really effectively.
There's Botin. Oh, that could be loose, and James does get there. This could be a problem for Italy. James. Lauren James, weaker foot. Didn't look too weak there.
I'm not sure, Seb, that exists. Lauren James and a weaker foot. It's a fantastic turn. She's so confident on the ball, whips it in, and it's a comfortable save in the end from Giuliani. We see there the tackle originally inside that 18-yard box from Wu Moy. Completely won the ball.
Well, it's Stanway to go off, as well as Clinton. So double change in an attacking midfield position. You can hear that applause. And Grace Clinton enjoying life with England already. A goal and recognition from the manager as well, and a nod from Sarina Wiegman. And here comes another one of England's young talents, Jess Park. And the fascinating thing with Park is where is going to be the position on the pitch where you can get the best out of her.
Been really impressed with her for Manchester City the last couple of games, the way she plays those through balls from central positions.
England, at time, Italy defended it better. Greenwood, and Toon, her first action in the game. Toon again. Greenwood. Kelly. Trying to get the shake back after coming back from that corner, England. James. Off by Hemp. Then moved out wide effortlessly to Kelly. Toon. Walsh again. Finds Bronze. And Bronze had loads of time to get the cross in. And that cross as well, that wasn't too bad. Here's Toon. Bronze sees from Kelly, and Bronze just didn't quite work out. And Torre trying to bring it away for Italy. She's shown she's got a good turn of pace. Might make something of this here. Playing it down the line, and Greenwood running. Kamiagi.
Great covering position in there by Alex Greenwood. You said we've seen the pace of these Italian attackers. Does really well just to shepherd her off the pitch there. Here we can see Lauren James's weaker foot drawing a smart stop from Giuliani. But yeah, having played with Lauren James, her right foot is definitely a tad stronger.
Just a bit. Here's Earps. And 8 attempts on goal so far. And target, 13 attempts in total. And Bronze, onto Kelly. Kelly, Hemp, did she stay on side? She did. Some of the crowd weren't too sure. Here's Walsh. And Park. Then Walsh with the ball over the top looking for Hemp. Park getting ahead to that first. To see Jess Park on the ball as much as possible. Didn't get too involved on Friday as much as she would have wanted to, considering the time she had on the pitch, but she's got a fair amount of time here. A Bronze, beaten to it. Miyagi showing good strength there to hold off the England challenges, but England get it back.
Great work right there from England to recover the ball. We said before, Italy have had chances because of the number of bodies England have been attacking with. But the speed of play, the speed of recovery and the intensity in the recovery has been important for England today.
The ball over the top to James. Doesn't mind being in these sort of positions, Lauren James. What a pullback. What a goal from England. And Ella Toone not taking her long from the bench. Fabulous work from Lauren James to find Toone. And England get that advantage back to 3.
Brilliant finish by Ella Toone, making that late run that we've seen from the midfielders in today's game. The ball from Alex Greenwood that starts it. It's a fantastic ball over the top for Lauren James. And when she gets into that position, there's no stopping her. The touch, the turn of pace, and the clip back. And Ella Toone finishes with ease, volleying it into that top corner, leaving Giuliani with absolutely no chance. Fantastic team goal there.
To say Ella Toone is one of England's best finishers. You can see why there. She came on in the 64th minute and has scored in the 69th. And if there was any suggestion that Italy could make that scoreline close indeed, England have opened up that advantage again.
Look at the two substitutes there combining for that goal. It just shows you the depth that England has. Even more players still waiting on the bench there to come on, but you make these changes, it doesn't reduce the quality of the player on the pitch. It keeps the intensity, it keeps the quality. And that competition, that's so important for Sarina and her team.
I think the players not involved in this squad. Bethany England, Nikita Paris. That's loose from Earps though. And Torre, and this is, oh goodness me, Kambiagi. What a chance to get her second.
She's had some chances, and England have given Italy some chances today. Could have been more than one conceded, but Italy haven't been ruthless enough with their finishing. You're not going to get many better chances than that against a strong England side. She's got to finish that, or at least make Mary Earps make a save.
It's been an interesting game, actually, in many ways, because England have dominated, but Italy have had 4 or 5 very good chances. As they make a double change here. And Maria Sertorini is coming on, along with Emma Severini. And Gali makes way, probably didn't get much of the ball as she would have liked, of course. And Rachel Daly. And for Chloe Kelly. Another example of England's strength in attacking areas, of course. Severini, 20-year-old, just her 3rd cap. The Fiorentina contingent. Sertorini involved against England before. The question is, does he get more chances like they have had in this game? They've had good enough chances to have scored 2 or 3 themselves. Is it strange to say that?
No, it isn't. They've definitely had opportunities there, and I think this last 15, 20 minutes or so, they've definitely been attacking with a few more players, committing numbers forwards. They just haven't been clinical with it. They haven't been able to take these opportunities when they've got them.
Yellow card for Caruso. The challenge on Rachel Daly, who has got back to her feet.
Probably not the welcome to the game that Rachel Daly was hoping for today.
She shrugs that challenge off. And the first booking of the match. A rather frustrated, you would fancy, Caruso. Started all 3 matches for Italy at the World Cup, including that shock defeat to South Africa. 3-2, dramatic match. Here's Walsh. And Earps. Bring it forward to Hemp, but can hold on to it. This sort of situation, Italy, can they come again. Cantore keep it forward again. Beating Biaggi on the pitch, and Cantore as well, because they have had some good moments. They're tuned back there for England. Severini to hold on to it, but then Bronze losing out. Bertin. Been a better second half for Italy in terms of constructing attacks. Yet it's England who scored the only goal of the half, and Lauren James coming from an offside position. How many times do we say the magic that Lauren James has in those boots?
Indeed, but Italy playing a much better second half than they did in the first. It's how I'd anticipated them starting the game, committing bodies forward, making it difficult for England to play up, pressing high, challenging, being really difficult to beat and break down.
And England trying to pass out from deep, but Walsh losing it. That ball just ran out of play in the end. First raid down that line, Sertorini.
Definitely more intensity to their attack, though, that they've got more bodies around them. They're putting England under increased pressure when they're trying to play out from the back. And they're using the space a lot more effectively.
If you saw the woman there with the glasses stood next to Andrea Soncin, and is Viviana Schiavi. The expectation is that the Italian FA are hoping she will be Italy manager one day in the near future. Some surprise that Soncin got the job straight after the World Cup, after Elena Bertolini. Been there for 6 years. But that underwhelming World Cup for Italy after they'd had such an eye-catching World Cup in 2019. Torini. Toon winning it back. Hopefully picking up some Italian phrases as well. Is that audible, both sets of players? This is awkward. Bertin. Exactly the situation where Italy found it so difficult to play against England in this match this evening. And Earps out to Bronze. And a game for Lucy Bronze to coast through, actually, by her high standards.
I think in the first half, a lot of the play was down the left-hand side. She joined in, but normally you see her dominating a lot more, getting into the box. Been able to sit back and relax a little bit more this game.
Hemp just wants that one chance to get that hat-trick. Goals often came in bunches for England. There's Walsh. Vermoy. She get a chance to play the full 90 minutes for England. Toon can't find Park, hasn't had many touches so far. That's awkward, and Daly almost latched onto that. Bertin with a switch. Torini. It's got Infantini making the run ahead of her, and James on a clean challenge.
James just too strong there. showing her physical presence. I'm sure there was too much in it. Perhaps the arm around the shoulder to start with.
Carter doesn't emerge with the ball in that situation. Oh, mistake from Italy. And Daly won't miss that. Well, as we always say with Rachel Daly, any sort of sniff and she takes the chance. And England up to 5 and free scoring again.
Brilliant centre-forward play by Rachel Daly there. She's a clinical goal scorer, and if you give her that opportunity, she will put it in the back of the net. But she's got to be in the right place. She's got to understand where the ball's going to break to. You see it there as it comes back. She's the first one to react. The goalkeeper's been left in no man's land by a back pass that didn't reach her. But Rachel Daly makes a touch. Calmly, composed finish to get herself another goal.
Giuliani not given much chance. And neither Lenari really on the line. And a smile for Alex Greenwood. And a debut. We have another England debut over this camp. Millie Turner of Manchester United. And there are not bigger moments in football than to make your debut for your country. Are there, Siobhan?
There definitely aren't, and I'm really pleased for Millie Turner. She's worked really hard. She's such a good player and a good person as well. An opportunity that I'm sure she will embrace.
Italy making a double change. The first of those was Giulia Dragoni, a teenage talent at Barcelona. And at the opposite end of the experience spectrum, Cristiana Girelli. Italy found themselves in a difficult situation. Can be argued a goal scorer going off. Girelli coming on for cap 112. 33-year-old Juventus forward. Big name in Italian football. That's surely going to be a yellow card for the challenge on Lauren James. Severini, one of the substitutes coming on.
There's no questioning whether or not that was a foul. Dragged back for sure.
It's the run from Carter and the pullback. There's no doubt about it. That's a yellow card. Severini, the youngster in this Italian side. It's England free kick. And Bronze, bringing it back into play. Italy clear it away. Toon. Hemp. James. Inside to Park. Moved it wide. There's pace and skill causing problems again.
So many players now with the ability to move it off the right foot and left foot. The speed of movement, the speed of thought is so clever and so quick. It didn't really give Italy a chance to defend it.
Once. Attempts on goal for England tonight, just 4 for Italy. They've pretty much all been very good opportunities for Italy when they've had them. England dominating the ball, nearly 70% of possession as well.
It's for sure a game that England have fully dominated. They've had lots of opportunities, yet again scored lots of goals, but Sarina Wiegman's a perfectionist. And that one goal conceded, I'm sure, will frustrate her. And there'll be the areas that she'll look to work on with this team.
You know, we've had this debate so often with where Rachel Daly's been playing for England, of course, left back during the Euros, but pretty much whenever she's been given an opportunity up front for England, she's scored recently under Sarina Wiegman. And there's that England press again. To trying to go tight. Ball forward. And Turner, nice intervention. Millie Turner brought into the squad after Leah Williamson had to pull out to picking up a hamstring injury. Daly, excellent play. James. There was just a little spell when Italy had that run of corners and had a bit of possession. The score was 3-1 at the time, and they had some good chances. That's about as close as they've come to England, really, in getting something from this game.
Shows good character, though, to be able to weather that storm. Yes, they gave away opportunities, but managed to prevent them from costing them. Prevent them from Italy coming back into this game, making it 3-2, 3-3, and they've managed to go down the other end and get 2 goals for themselves. And that shows good character from the players that are on the pitch to be able to deal with that pressure and turn it round.
You know, this camp is part of the preparation for those Euros qualifiers. Pair of qualifiers, actually 2 in the summertime, late May, early June, and then mid-July. Which, as we said before, come at interesting times. Bubba Moy. Not the ball rolling for England in this match. Early goal.
It'd be interesting when those qualifying fixtures and schedule come out, when you know who you're playing, whether she feels that she's got the depth in the squad to give some senior players the opportunity to have that downtime. I think it'd be really important and really key if she can. And she's seen today, she's seen on Friday, that she's got the depth in that squad to make those changes and get the results.
And 2 encouraging performances with the different lineups as well. And Daly will latch onto that. And once more, Italy stretched. James back inside Park. Might fancy a go herself, just turned back into a bit of trouble. Bronze. And Bronze onto James. Danger again for Italy. James! Oh, that's a fine save. And then it was almost forced in at the back post. But Lauren James in a blink of an eye, and Lauren M so close to a hat-trick.
Typical Lauren James play there, picks the ball up and just drives forward. The quick movement of feet, and it's a smart stop by the goalkeeper, that outstretched foot. Lauren Hemp just can't deflect it into the width of the goal.
12 shots on target, so Giuliani's made a fair few saves. Ball play forward. Turner. And Millie Turner can hear a familiar voice over her shoulder in Mary Earps.
I was just about to say, as a defender, especially a centre-back coming on to make your debut, if you know the voice behind you and you're confident in them, makes you feel so much more comfortable. Not that Millie Turner needs any help with feeling confident in possession.
It's a cute pass, actually, to get England going. And now Hemp driving on as England looking for 6. And Daly trying to help it on. And Giuliani, combination of the post there, just about keeping England out again as they look for more late goals.
It's a tricky ball in there by Lauren Hemp. Giuliani does just enough to get across that near post space.
The player tying their shoelaces in the penalty area as England come forward again. That sort of time. It was Lucy Bronze. Park. We've had a fair few substitutions. They might account for the added time, but you never know with friendlies how officials feel about them, considering the scoreline. There's been 2 yellow cards, Severini and Caruso.
I think England players would like to see as much added time as possible. They're enjoying it out there. I think Lauren Hemp especially, still looking for that hat-trick.
Yes, England substitutes. Laetitia there and Beth Mead. Morgan. And is there time for England to get more? Daly chesting it off nicely. And a shot from Park. And to win it back again. In fact, since all these substitutions have been made, Italy have barely touched the ball. Dragoni getting on the ball on the edge of the box to see a bit more of the teenager in this game. But England haven't given Italy much of a sniff since they added their 4th, really. Just 3 more minutes. Italy have the final word before I was able to finish my sentence. It's quickly answered with a no there. There's the error to Rachel Daly, who was composed as ever.
And then the 5th from Ella Toone. Fantastic finish from Ella Toone, as you said. Scores so many goals for England, so many important goals as well. Yes, that one just a 5th, but Ella Toone has come up big in so many key moments for England.
Siobhan, I'll ask you what's been most impressed with the 2 England performances over this camp, and what Sarina Wiegman would have learned from these matches.
I think it's the depth of the squad, the way players have just been able to come in and take their opportunities. I think she'll be pleased she's managed to keep people injury-free, being able to rotate, get minutes, and also lots of people on the score sheet. It's so important for confidence, for enjoying your football. Scoring goals, winning games is what you're there for.
They've certainly done that. Here's Hemp, the heavy touch. Sarina Wiegman. So it's part of her keeping Hemp on, with her being on the hat-trick. WSL matches this weekend. Straight back into action for so many of these players. And Giuliani tried to sneak in behind. Moy there for England. Giuliani again. And part of that, the story of this match for Italy, they want to forget this performance quickly. But again, I think we have to read into the similarities between the Austria performance and the Italy performance, and the common denominator is England playing well, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. They've played well in both games. There'll be lots of things they can work on. Conceded 2 in the first, conceded 1 in the second.
They might concede 2 in this one.
Thankfully didn't just jinx that.
Would have been right on cue. And a rare high point in this match for Caruso.
But I think for me, that's what Sarina Wiegman will take from it, is the positives, is the way that England have attacked, the rotation that she's been able to do, but there have been too many opportunities for the opposition.
It's true, and Italy having a bit of a flourish near the end here. Playing that ball down the line. that ball out of play. It did. So that might be that, as far as chances, or any more chances go for either side. England will have to go through the formalities of taking that goal kick. Well, two commanding displays for England over this winter camp. Thrashing Austria and a big victory over Italy as well. Two matches in which Sarina Wiegman rotated and saw quality from pretty much every player who played. And in their second game, England win again and win big again by 5-1.
Well, another great performance from England in Spain. They beat Austria 7-2 on Friday night, and now they've just beaten Italy 5-1. And it was a great performance all around. Remember, Sarina Wiegman tinkered with the starting 11 on both occasions, and it paid off. The fans were certainly pleased to see the goals and the performance, and there are so many positives for the team and for Sarina to build on in the coming months, especially as we lay the road to Euro 2025. But look, let's reflect on what we have just seen. Overall, Karen, what did you make of England's performance tonight?
Yeah, look, I thought it was controlled, it was dominant. The only one negative, I would say, is just that conceding that goal. But overall, I thought it was really good. And like we said, she's changed the team around. She's rested a few players, give some extra players minutes. I think she'll be absolutely thrilled. And 12 goals over the last 2 games. She'll be really happy with that.
And 8 different goal scorers in those 12 goals.
Yeah, I think that's the key point. You know, 4 different goal scorers again tonight, 5 on Friday. And that's really important because I think this England team, you don't want too much dominance on one player. Everybody can chip in on goals, defenders included, yeah, set-piece dominance as well. So really pleasing all-round performance, I think, today from England.
OK, well, let's have a look at the goal for 4-1 in the second half. This was Ella Toone. How good was this goal, Eddie?
Yeah, no, brilliant team goal. We've seen this a lot from Alex Greenwood. She can really go direct. Great run from Lauren James. We've seen a lot in the WSL this season as well. And when Lauren James is in this position, she's dangerous. Brilliant cutback. And I love the finish from Ella Toone, that sort of controlled volley. Brilliant team goal. I think that's probably the best goal of the game, just because of the way, you know, Lauren James gets in behind, pulls it back, and then just a really good control finish from Ella Toone, who seems to score. You know, she doesn't score tap-ins, does she? You know, she likes to come on and score important goals for England. So
and a lovely ball in there from Greenwood as well initially, Kaz.
Yeah, and Henny mentioned Lauren James running behind. I think it's something she's added to her game. I think we've used to seeing Lauren James coming to feet, playing on the width. But I think stretching in behind is a weapon that she's used in the league quite well for Chelsea this season. And then you see it there. But a great ball from Alex Greenwood, as you said.
Yeah, and Rachel Daly made it 5. Nice composed finish here.
Yeah, it really was, actually. But what I love about it was she was sniffing it out. You know, sometimes you can switch off in the centre forward. You think, oh, you know, it's not going to happen. What she does is she reads the pass. I mean, it's a terrible back pass. But when you're alert, when you're switched on, this is the joy that you get. And this bit there, seeing the defender slide past it, that's the composure, because that's quite a difficult one here. And I think, again, pressing from England, was it going out? But look, it's a terrible back pass, but she's hot onto it, running in. This is the composure there. See you later, sliding in. And then that's 2 in 2 now for Rachel Daly coming off the bench in the last 2 games. And it's something that I think she'll be saying to the manager, hey, don't forget about me, you know. You're playing everybody else, but look, you've played me at left back. Don't forget I can do the centre forward role. And yeah, I think it was a good finish from her.
Lotte Wubben-Moy, another player that I think we've spoken about. I remember going back to the World Cup last summer. We were saying we want to see her given a shot, and she was given that opportunity today.
Yeah, really pleased for Lotte, because as you said, she's had to be so patient. She's really had to wait her turn. She obviously came on in the game on Friday and now has started today. And I think it was a really consistent performance. She would have been coming into this game just wanting to be consistent, get her passes into midfield right, defend well as she's shown for Arsenal, and then she gets her goal to top it off as well. She wouldn't have been coming into the game thinking, I want to score. But in this team for England, as I said, coming into this back line, it's so important to just be consistent, be steady, be solid. And I think that's what Lotte showed today.
Well, let's now head straight back to the stadium and hear from her teammate Lauren Hemp. She scored a brace today. Here she is talking to Katie Shanahan.
Lauren, another really impressive display by England.
Yeah, very good performance. Thought we were very dominant in possession as well, and I thought, yeah, we had a great performance all round, and obviously defensively we done well as well. Unfortunate to concede, but I thought we were great, especially from set pieces. A lot of goals came from set pieces, which is something that we've been working hard on. So yeah, all in all, a good evening.
Yeah, both of your goals came from corners. How much of a focus has that been with this group and this camp in general, just making sure clinical from set pieces?
Yeah, it's been massive. I think it's something that we could be better on. We've got a lot of tall people in this squad, not including me, but yeah, that we can obviously make more chances from, and that's something we're working hard on this week. So I'm sure our set play coach will be buzzing off that one. But no, yeah, I'm happy to contribute as well, even though I didn't really know much about that first goal.
Knowing the competitor that you are, you gutted you didn't get a hat-trick tonight?
I mean, it's not often that it comes round, so I wasn't exactly expecting it. But yeah, I wouldn't mind to get a hat-trick, but two's enough, right?
Lotte Wubben-Moy with her first goal for England. How pleased are you for her?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Obviously she's a massive credit to the team. You've seen a great defensive display today, and obviously she topped it off with a goal, and yeah, we're all happy for her, and she nearly got one the other day without Jess's back heel, but no, it was a great performance from Lotte, and also special mention to Millie T as well.
How much have you enjoyed this camp overall? 2 wins, 12 goals, and certainly putting you in a good position ahead of the Euro qualifiers.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. The squad's in a great place. We're full of confidence, and especially off the back of these 2 wins, it's massive for us to obviously take into the next few games, and obviously the qualifiers coming up.
Thanks, Lauren. Well done. Thank you.
A great night all around, and indeed for Lauren Hemp, who scored her 18th goal in an England shirt. OK, it's now time for a break, after which we'll bring you more reaction from Spain after what was a great night for England once again. Sarina tinkered with the team once again, and her players delivered. We'll hope to hear from the England manager after this.
Celebration. Nunez slots it away. Enzo Fernandez, it's an FA Cup corker.
Plenty of FA Cup football still to come this week, starting very shortly at 7:30 when Luton Town host the holders Manchester City. That's live for you on ITV1. As for tomorrow, Leeds United, who are on a great run and sit second in the Championship, they travel to Chelsea. That's at 6:45 on ITV4 and ITVX, and includes the quarter-final draw in the build-up. And then it's another Premier League versus Championship clash, as Liverpool, the newly crowned Cup champions, they'll host Southampton at 7:30 on ITV1. And then the UK Open, the FA Cup of Darts, starts on Friday. That's at 11:45 from Minehead on ITV4 and ITVX. OK, let's turn our attention back to England and hear from the manager. Here she is, Sarina Wiegman.
Sarina, a convincing win to round off a successful camp. What pleased you most about that victory?
Well, I think the whole camp, a lot of things pleased me. I think we had the opportunity to play many players, basically everyone, well, except for Fran. Unfortunately, she had to go home. See what the level is. That's exactly what we wanted. See players in some positions and the connection between players, and then the competitors of each other. And well, when you have then such 2 good wins as we had tonight and last Friday, that's really nice too, of course.
Talking of rotation and those players coming in, Lotte Wubben-Moy scored her first goal for England tonight. Has she taken a step forward in your thinking?
Yeah, well, I think she's definitely taken a step forward. Because she's developing a lot and very good. That's what we see weekly at Arsenal, and that's what she shows here too. What you can see is the competition in the positions is really high.
great to see Millie Turner make her debut tonight as well.
Yeah, really nice. She trains very hard. She's so proactive in that she wants to learn things. She's an absolute team player and wants to improve every day. And well, she came on and she did well, as I think every player who came on did well.
3 out of the 5 goals came from corners, which Lauren Hemp was telling us you've been working on in training. So that's certainly positive to see.
Yeah, we're always working on it. We had a little more emphasis on it. We had some little more time this week. So it's really good to see that that it had some effect, and hopefully we can do that again in the following games.
Has this camp therefore given you the answers that you need ahead of the Euro qualifiers in April?
Well, you never know, because things in football can change so quickly, but it gave us many answers on questions we had at this moment. And yes, we could take this opportunity to see so many players and play 2 very good games, train also, see the under-23. So just very many positives about this week.
Thanks so much, Sarina. Thank you.
I guess one of the most positive aspects to come out of these last 2 games, Karen, was to see Sarina utilise more of her squad. What do you think that will mean moving forward for this England side?
Competitive. I think it means that everyone will be thinking, oh, I'm a bit nervous now, am I going to get picked? There's no guarantees in the 11, there's no guarantees to get into the squad. She's also looking at the 23, so sometimes it's you've got to look behind you as well and look forward, and I think that's important. And I said it on Friday, the manager's now signed a contract to 2027, so she has to look forward. I think the last 2 years she's come in, it's been tournament after tournament. That's been the focus. She has to have a long-term vision. So the strategy might change for her, and I'm actually really pleased because I'm a big believer of bringing in our youth talent and pushing the seniors as well, and I think that's where success comes from that.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's a positive thing for any camp to be able to have competition for places. The players will then push each other. And of course, as she just said, it's all about Euro 2025. And there are a number of key fixtures coming up in qualifying and in the build-up to that. And you can see them right now on your screen. You've got the draw coming up in 7 days' time. And then qualifying matches across April, May, June and July. And then there's a bit of a break between July and October, and all of those qualifying matches, by the way, will be live for you on ITV. How much could that break do them well?
Oh, a whole, really well. I think the players, in a way, although they would have wanted to be in the Olympics, they will be grateful for the break. We talk a lot in women's football about the demands on the players and the injuries, and I think that break, however long it's going to be, it looks like there's going to be about a month in between those qualifiers. The players will welcome a break. I think they'll welcome some offloading.
It's the first time that Sarina Wiegman would have had a year without a tournament, so it'll be a bit different for her, but I guess she can focus on other things. Yeah, and for me, I'm also big on the psychology part. I think psychologically it's good for players to not have the mental pressure of a tournament as well as the staff, and I think, yes, I would have loved to have seen Team GB at the Olympics. I think it's a missed opportunity, there's no question about it. I think we'd be in there to try and medal. But I think, from an England's perspective, selfishly, I think it's good for mentally to switch off, get some rest and relaxation and really push for 2025, get our title back and then push for 2027.
And throwing it forward, if you get that break and you get that summer off, you don't know how it's going to impact as an advantage for 2025. The players will feel that level of freshness. So I hope in the long run it's going to benefit us all.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what, all round, it's been a really enjoyable couple of days on the Friday and tonight for England, because they have scored an abundance of goals. It's been great to watch tonight with both of you. So my thanks to Karen Carney, and thank you to Eni Aluko for your company. Thank you for yours as well. So you can now turn over to ITV1 in 15 minutes' time to join Laura Woods, Ian Wright and Roy Keane for Luton Town against Manchester City. Well, as for England, well, our England stars shone bright. A 5-star performance with 5 goals scored. So now it's all about the road to Euro 2025.